top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. After 75 days of industrial action, Mark Lyte's alignment with the PPPC, equal treason, would go down as the worst president to serve the GTU, CORETTA MacDonald. ASHA KISSOON, GEETA CHANDAN-EDMOND and NIGEL DHARAMLALL among list of candidates for PPPC for elections 2025. CJ rules HICKEN'S appointment as top cop after age 55 legal. And the teen and businessman killed in BUXTON shooting, several injured. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Wednesday 16th July 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what we will tell you this evening. Former President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Dr. Mark Lyte, is facing heavy backlash from members of the union following his name appearing on the list of candidates submitted to the Guyana Elections Commission by the People's Progressive Party Civic. Here is more. Newly elected president of the Guyana Teachers Union, CORETTA MacDonald, in an exclusive interview with Nightly News on a Tuesday, said teachers are finally putting the remaining pieces of the puzzle together after they would have staged a 75-day nationwide industrial action back in 2024. MacDonald said teachers, after seeing their former union leader, Dr. Mark Lyte's name, appearing on the list of candidates for the People's Progressive Party Civic, the PPPC, felt betrayed and in no uncertain terms flared Dr. Lyte for his actions.
The puzzle is now being put together with regards to how we acted during our industrial action, why he was so hesitant, why he was laid back with regards to us achieving what we set out to achieve. And this time, teachers, the wounds have been reopened, and the betrayal is even more pronounced at this time.
When asked about the likely reason that led to the strike extending way beyond the initially planned 2 weeks, MacDonald said it was all Dr. Lyte's doing.
It was Mark Lyte's intention to frustrate and to drag out that entire industrial action to be able to achieve zero.
According to the newly elected GTU president, one's responsibility as a leader, more so leading the nation's educators, must be exemplary despite one's allegiance to his or her political party of choice. She said, notwithstanding that fact, when it comes to dutifully performing one's responsibilities, political affiliations must be set aside.
When you're a leader, you have to put aside self. And I can refer to what transpired in 2018 when my government was in office. Principles are laid out to be upheld. More than that, one's character and integrity is put on test when you can stand for what is morally right. And so in 2018, I stood out there proud and tall with our teachers fighting against the coalition government for the benefit of the teachers who elected me, unlike what Mark Lyte has done in 2024.
Union members have dubbed his actions a profound betrayal.
This action by Mark Lyte goes, like I said earlier, could be equal to that of treason. And he will go down in history as being one of the worst presidents that served at GTU. With his name now being added to the list, we are seeing clearly why Mark Light acted the way he acted, not in the interest of the teachers, but for his own self-interest.
McDonald reminded that Dr. Light had to be nudged in the side by teachers in order to commence the strike.
Mark Light was hesitant and he was all over the place. The teachers had to pull him out there by saying to him, and I quote, "If you can't do it, we the teachers will come out and do it." You know? Mark Light wasn't interested in the benefits of the teachers. He wasn't interested in their welfare. Hence the reason for him accepting 10%. And that we can never accept.
Nightly News reached out to Dr. Light for a comment.
CORETTA has a right to say what she has said. I wouldn't want to give a comment on anything right now because they've been saying a lot of things which don't really make any sense. I'll make a statement at the right time.
Since Monday's release of the PPPC's list of candidates, teachers from all across Guyana took to their respective union groups and further expressed disappointment and dissatisfaction with actions taken by Dr. Light. His name remains in the respective groups, and he is well aware that teachers continue to express some fairly pungent criticism directed towards him. Antonio Day tells us that former Deputy Speaker Dr. ASHA KISSOON, former magistrate and APNU AFC Member of Parliament GEETA CHANDAN-EDMOND, and disgraced former local government minister Nigel DHARAMLALL are among the People's Progressive Party Civic's list of candidates for the 2025 general and regional elections.
The Ghana Elections Commission on Monday approved the list of nominees for the People's Progressive Party Civic. According to Head of State Irfan Ali, his list consists of competent and winning candidates. He made this assertion on Monday following his party's submission of its list of candidates to the Ghana Elections Commission.
The PPP Civic has always put forward lists when we go to election that demonstrate who we are, the values that we stand for.
The party's General Secretary, Dr. Barjagdi, was visibly confident.
Any impartial person in this country who had to choose a political party with a clear conscience would choose the People's Progressive Party.
Among other names included on the list are former Deputy Speaker Dr. ASHA KISSOON, former magistrate, APNU AFC parliamentarian GEETA CHANDAN-EDMOND, and disgraced former local government minister Nigel DHARAMLALL are among the party's list of candidates. The disgraced former Minister of Local Government and longtime executive member of the People's Progressive Party Civic, Nigel DHARAMLALL, had resigned following damning rape allegations leveled against him by a teenage schoolgirl. The teenager revealed damning details to law enforcement of what transpired at the government housing located in Eklai Bar on Stone Avenue. Following his denial of the allegations, deeming it as a smear campaign against him, the teenage girl was allegedly forced to withdraw her claims. Nightly News was at that time told that criminal charges were being considered. Although the PPP is touting confidence of winning the elections, it appears to be visibly bothered by inroads made by the Partnership for National Unity and the We Invest in Nationhood parties. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George on Tuesday ruled that the appointment of Clifton Hicken as Commissioner of Police, despite him passing the retirement age of 55, is lawful. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
The ruling delivered in the Demerara High Court on Tuesday dismissed a legal challenge brought by Troy Garvey. Garvey had questioned the legality of Clifton Hicken's substantive appointment after he passed the retirement age for public servants in 2023. He was represented by attorneys at law Dexter Todd and Dexter Smart. Although the judge reserved her full reasoning for a later date, she ordered Garvey to pay $500,000 in cost. The payment must be made by August 29, 2025. President Irfan Ali appointed Hicken substantively on December 19, 2024, relying on the Constitution-prescribed Matters Act. However, Garvey, a member of the People's National Congress Reform (PNCR), argued that the provision only allows for the extension of the Commissioner of Police, who is already in office. He maintained that the president confirmed Hicken after he had turned 55. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anand Lal argued on behalf of the state that the law, although silent on the issue, does not prevent a substantive appointment after age 55. Nandlal insisted that the Constitution Prescribed Matters Act provides for the extension of the Commissioner of Police's service beyond 55 up to age 60. He argued that nothing in the legislation prohibits such an appointment, making the president's decision valid. Dr. Dexter Toll, attorney for the applicant, accepted that an acting appointment beyond 55 was permissible. However, he contended that a substantive appointment should have been made for before he can reach that age, since no legal provision exists for such a confirmation afterward. Todd further noted that Garvey's position is that no law permits the appointment of a commissioner of police after reaching age 55. Tiana reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We have more news for you on the other side of the break.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where LYTE'S and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
Krishna Roth Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating, machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-9624, 616-9416, or 619-7880. At Krishna Roth Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
With us, you with the HGP Nightly News. A Tuesday night shooting at Middlewalk, Buxton has left 2 dead and several others injured. The victims include a 16-year-old boy and a 38-year-old businessman. Police have since launched an investigation into the incident. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Police are investigating a fatal shooting incident that occurred around 11 p.m. Tuesday at Middlewalk, Buxton, East Coast, Demerara. The attack claimed the lives of 16-year-old Leon McFarlane of Lot 71 Middlewalk, Buxton, and 38-year-old businessman Mark Anthony Correa of Lot 75 Republic Drive, Bedford-Walkton. Several other persons were injured during the shooting, carried out by person or persons unknown. Alexis Gill, the grieved mother of 16-year-old McFarlane, in an interview, stated that she was at home when she learned of her son's death.
I am in pain because that is the son that really I could call on for anything. That was a good boy for me, that look out for me.
She believes her son may have been mistakenly targeted.
They come looking for one person that, I don't know what is the problem with the boy, but they try to say that they take my son for the boy because my son look like the boy. I don't know what is it.
Meanwhile, Errol Glenn, a resident, said he was playing dominoes with friends when he left briefly to take his 10-year-old daughter home after she fell asleep on his lap. He intended to return to the shop.
I even reach I'm a step and I hear the shots them. And next thing, I said, all right. This can't come from by how far me went. They gotta come from far. And when a day little more, my friend come and call me and say Mark just now dead.
Glenn said upon hearing the news, he rushed back to the scene.
So my friend lie down the same spot where me went. Same spot where me went, my friend lie down right there, dead over the domino table.
Visibly emotional, Glenn expressed disbelief over the tragedy, especially since he and his friends were enjoying the evening just moments before the attack.
I never go home so early yet. I just left 8, but 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I just lie down here and sleep.
Those injured in the shooting has been identified as Lyndon Adams, a 60-year-old resident of Sideline Dam, Buxton, Alwen Fifi, a 54-year-old resident of Middlewalk, Buxton, Davel Talbot, a 26-year-old special constable of Middlewalk, Buxton, Akeem Tuman, an 18-year-old resident of Middlewalk, Buxton, Sharon Nero, a 35-year-old from Friendship, East Coast, Demerara. The victims were taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where Leon McFarlane was pronounced dead on arrival. The others remain hospitalized and are receiving treatment for suspected gunshot injuries. Investigators received information that a silver-colored motor car bearing registration number PVV 7616 or 7661 was seen circling the area moments before the shooting. It is believed this vehicle was used by the suspects to carry out the attack and flee the scene. Tianako reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Sassot Guyana has launched the LGBTQIA Plus Manifesto 2025, urging political parties contesting the upcoming elections to adopt 10 priority issues that reflect the rights, safety, and dignity of its members. The launch held on Wednesday builds on the momentum of Guyana's first manifesto in 2020. Tiana Cole has the details.
The Society Against Sexual Orientation Discrimination, SASAD Guyana, hosted its official media launch of the LGBTQIA Plus Manifesto 2025 on Wednesday, outlining 10 key recommendations for political parties to include in their manifesto ahead of the 2025 general and regional elections. Delivering a few remarks, Managing Director of SASAD Guyana, Joel Simpson, emphasized that majority of Guyanese believe LGBTQIA plus people deserve equal respect and legal protection, and there will be voting with that in mind.
LGBTIAQ people will be voting in this year's election because, like all other Guyanese, we care about having a government that prioritizes protecting our families and ensuring that everyone has the same opportunity to build a life and care for their families in Guyana.
Simpson highlighted that members of the LGBTQIA plus community are calling for the repeal of outdated laws criminalizing same-sex intimacy. He noted that 72.4% of respondents believe workplace protections should be extended to LGBTQIA plus individuals.
To those Guyanese who are part of this majority, we must make our voices heard at the ballot box on September 1st. Commit today to casting your ballot for candidates who match our values and help show our elected leaders that they must represent Guyanese.
He said the Guyanese public support policies that unite communities, protect families, and promote respect for all.
As a human rights organization, SASAD Guyana strongly believes that in order to sustain the gains that the country is making in changing social attitudes, law reform is of paramount importance.
He noted that the first 4 priorities of the manifesto focus specifically on eliminating discriminatory laws and ensuring legal protections for LGBTQIA plus people. A major recommendation is the repeal of Section 351 to 353 of the Criminal Law Offences Act, Chapter 8401, which criminalizes same-sex intimacy between consenting adult men in private. The manifesto also emphasizes the need to safeguard LGBTQIA plus youth in unsupportive home environments. Tianako reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
More news for you on the other side of the break.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
As we continue, the African Cultural and Development Association, ACDA, will celebrate 187 years of emancipation in style come August 1 under the theme highlighting the connections of all people through the African culture as we strive to build a world where all our children are loved and protected. Antonio Day reports.
The National Park on August 1 will come to life with performances from local Guyanese artists and international reggae sensation, Mark Priest, in observance of Emancipation 2025. The celebration is being facilitated by the African Culture and Development Association, ACDA, in its 32nd consecutive year. Speaking at the launch, hosted at Pegasus, Chairman of the Guyana Reparations Committee and Executive Member of ACDA, Dr. Eric Phillips, reminded Guyanese that while emancipation in 1838 liberated our ancestors from the chains of slavery, Africans across Guyana are still subjected to all forms of injustices.
Freedom from physical harm, freedom from mental harm, freedom from spiritual harm, but it wasn't freedom from economic harm.
Phillips recounted African presence in Guyana back to 1625, a sobering reminder that Africans were forcibly brought here for centuries before they were able to win their freedom.
We must also remember that we were enslaved in Guyana. We were not born slaves. We are reminded of Adriana as we witness her dilemma. So we acknowledge all the children of the world.
Penda Guyana, a representative of Ogden, noted that this year's feature village will be BUXTON. She provided context as to why BUXTON Village will be celebrated.
Baba Yusi Kwayana celebrated his 100th birth anniversary. In honor of this great man who was one of the founders of ACDA, the committee felt it their right to honor the village that he represents, that he came from.
Pre-emancipation activities include the African Market, Main Street Bazaar from July 15 to 31, and Ancestral Tributes and Culture Nights from July 29 to 31. The theme for Emancipation 2025 is highlighting the connections of all people through the African culture, as we strive to build a world where all children are loved and protected. I'm Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
With a new look, new style, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can. Everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait, sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
So much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Good evening and welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Regional News. Jamaica is on track to become the largest and fastest grain transshipment hub in the Caribbean, with $800 million expansion of operations at the Kingston Freeport Terminal, KFTL. The Western Expansion Project is in collaboration between the Port Authority of Jamaica, the KFTL, and CMA Terminal Holdings, and will add its 15 hectares to the port, aiming to decrease congestion and increase cargo capacity by 25%. In the first phase, the project will focus on land preparation, including soil strengthening, drainage improvement to eliminate flooding, and security. Later, it will feature state-of-the-art security technology that includes an automated cargo gate system, which Prime Minister Andrew Holness said will be part of an overall effort to modernize Jamaica's main port, which has seen an upsurge in cargo volume by almost 60% in the last decade. He said these efforts will ensure that the port grows without hindrance for many years to come and that Jamaica remains competitive in the space. It represents a vision for growth and national ambition, utilizing Jamaica's geographical location to create a first-class transshipment space, he charged. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is seeking discussions on the management and financial benefits of the Piarco Flight Information Region, FIR, which is currently controlled by Trinidad and Tobago. The FIR spans from Antigua in the north to Trinidad in the south and east of Barbados to the mid-Atlantic. At a July 11 press conference, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said countries within the FIR, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines, are not involved in its governance and do not benefit from the revenue it generates. The document argues that while Trinidad and Tobago continues to collect the revenue from the region, countries like Barbados and the OECS are excluded from financial gain and decision-making. It also raises concerns about transparency, accounting, and how funds are distributed. The Cuban government fired its labor minister after she was publicly rebuked by the president for saying that the country's beggars were all phonies in disguise. A brief announcement Tuesday evening said Labor and Social Security Minister Marta Elena Fito had demonstrated a lack of quote-unquote objectivity and sensitivity on topics that are currently central to political and governmental policy. The minister's remarks on live television on Monday were widely circulated on social media and became a lightning rod for popular frustration with years of economic crisis. President Miguel Diaz-Canel addressed the comments in his own appearance before the committee the next day, saying they showed a lack of empathy and understanding of the roots of poverty. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
After 75 days of industrial action, Mark Light's alignment with the PPPC equal treason would go down as the worst president to serve the GTU, CORETTA MacDonald. ASHA KISSOON, GEETA CHANDAN-EDMOND, and Nigel DHARAMLALL among list of candidates for the PPPC for the 2025 general and regional elections. CJ rules HICKEN'S appointment as top cop after age 55, legal, and the teen and businessman killed in Buxton shooting. Several injured. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA Grant. Thanks for watching.